So we have Miss Mackenzie Porter on Pure Country. I love the hair, by the way.
No, thank you. I'm just like slowly losing my mind, like in quarantine, just bored. So I'm doing hair colors. I think my next one's gonna be blue. I
I
don't know.
said Kelsey Ballerini did the pink hair the other day. I was like, she's totally following Mackenzie Porter.
What's so funny is like I've had so many girls reach out and be like, "What product do you use?" This product's just awesome because it washes out so easy.
Yeah,
That's
it's
nice.
cool. I swear, I said this the other day. I was on the phone with my mom because she called me and she said, I didn't realize that you guys had put These Days remixed to pop radio. And a couple of my friends had been like, I just heard Mackenzie Porter on like Chem FM or something. And I was like, really? I'm like, that's so cool. I'm like, she's like modern day Shania. She's just like,
I
doing
don't know about that, but honestly, like I've said before, like that was so not planned. It was just kind of like something that happened, and I was honestly like a little bit nervous about it because I didn't want people to think like, oh, she's already crossing over. That's not my intention. My next one's not going to cross over. It's just some station started playing the song and my label's like, let's just put a remix out like on Spotify and on, and then it just kind of like took off. And now it's like, I think it's I don't even know, top 14 or 13 on top 40 or something.
yeah, it's in the like top 20. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. So it is like, I don't know. I don't really know what's happening. I'm just kind of like going with the ride.
I honestly, you know what? I think now we're in a time, I feel like at first when like Marin and FGL and Dan and Shay were crossing over, people were like, oh, this is terrible. What are you doing? But I'm like, I think what it shows is that country is a universal, style of music that people can love and that you can find little bits of it that relate to different genres. And I'm like, if it's going to broaden the reach of country music, I'm like, heck yeah, do it. It's amazing.
Totally. Like pop music is like popular music. So country is just popular music,
Yep.
So I think it's cool and it does all those people like the cool thing and my goal and intentions too is like you're still a country artist. You're still all your singles are country songs. But if they decide to play that country song, cool.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like you have so much going on. You have like These Days remix on pop radio in Canada, like Hot AC. Then you have These Days, the original version on US radio. And then you have Seeing Other People, your new single, climbing the charts in Canada. I'm like, how do you keep all of this straight?
I know it's funny. Like I've had to do like briefings, if you will, that because I guess I've messed up saying like my single, and my label's like, you have to say like your US single, your pop single, your country Canadian single. I'm like, okay, it's confusing.
Too many things. But
Yeah.
that's got to be fun. I mean, especially in a time right now, I feel like it's, easy to just get kind of complacent and sit at home. But you're like, no, I've got this song here. I've got 3 basically different songs climbing different radio charts right now. And you're also still working on new music.
Yes. Yes. Well, that's actually what I'm really pumped about. And like, I mean, these songs are like in their peak right now, but for me, they're older because I wrote them a long time ago. But I just got my next single mixed back yesterday and the artwork back, and it's coming out like in what day is it? In like just the first week of August. And so I'm so pumped. It's like it's gonna be my favorite one out so far, I think.
That's so exciting. Which, I mean, that's a big statement because you've had About You, number 1, then These Days, number 1, and then you have Seeing Other People, like just.
Yeah, we'll see. I think this week is our like push week or whatever they call it. So we'll see. I'm really nervous. So Brianne is obviously my, radio person, and I text her all the time. And she's always like, Mackenzie, I don't know what's happening. So like later on in the week, and I'll text her again today, be like, what's the vibe?
Give me an update. What's going on? I love that. My thing is, I love seeing, obviously I love seeing females doing well in just music. Love seeing Canadian females doing well, but I also just love seeing good humans that like, I know how much, effort and heart you put into what you do and how much you appreciate your fans and everything. And so when you see someone's music doing well like that, it's just like, get so excited for you. I feel like I'm like your cheerleader that's like Yay. As I see your song climbing, I'm like, this is so exciting.
Oh, and hey, you know what? Steven and I wrote a super sick song the other day. So I'm like so pumped on it. So maybe that'll be
Okay, so I'll tell you something funny. We like our laundry room is very close to the studio upstairs, and because I came in, I didn't realize it was you, but I was like doing laundry and making him lunch, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna just sneak in and like give him his food. But as I was walking down the hallway, I was like, okay, whoever he's writing with today has such a sweet voice. Like, holy, I couldn't quite make out what like words. I could just hear kind of part of your voice. And then I walked in and I was like, hey, I know that girl. It sounded really good from what I could briefly hear. So
I think it's gonna be sick. We're gonna like rewrite a couple things on Friday, but I'm actually like super pumped on it. So that's like a side personal note, but it was a really good write.
It's awesome. I can't wait to hear it. And so you have postponed the wedding till next year, but you guys had like, you just had your engagement pictures done, and you also had like kind of a tiny little wedding ceremony on the day you would have got married. Is that like not a ceremony, like a celebration?
Yeah, we kind of we've been doing like everything backwards basically. So we were supposed to get married on May 30th. We did, obviously we couldn't do our wedding. So we just had, I think there was like 8 people. We went to the lake, and Jake, it was so funny. He like set it up super cute. And right when he was like taking the cake to put on the table, he dropped it in the box. But like this cake was like so mashed. I'm like, this is so Jake to have like this really pretty like wedding cake, just like half of it destroyed.
Oh.
But it was so cute and like made it quirkier and more special. So we did that kind of like as this would have been our wedding day. We're planning on next summer like having our wedding, but we might do something before then and just like go to the courthouse. I don't know.
I highly recommend it. It's honestly the best. I never planned like a big wedding or like wanted to, but it was honestly so fun and kind of awesome just being the two of you. I mean, you could still have like a huge party or celebration with family, but yeah, there's something nice about it just being the two of you. And the cool thing for you guys kind of is that your celebration of you two getting married is kind of stretching out over like 2-3 years.
I know. It is like the longest engagement ever. We never obviously planned it like this, but yeah, we'll see. I mean, fingers crossed we can even get married next year or like have our party. I think that's what it'll be. I think we're just going to throw up a massive party at that time and maybe do something before.
Nice. So I wanted to talk to you about Seeing Other People, because you didn't write that song, right?
No, I didn't.
Yeah. So my thing is with that, because you are a songwriter and you've written a lot of your songs, and a really great songwriter, but I think it's so important to highlight artists who know a really great song when they hear it. And also, you know, because that's what songwriters are there for. It's like when you hear a song that you're like, hey, I feel like that's my story and I could have written that, but they just said it so well. So what was it about that song when you heard it that you were like, okay, I know I didn't write this one, but I know I have to record it because it's so good?
I think like that was something I felt like a little like insecure about. Like I wanted to write the full record, but at the end of the day, like the best song and the one that like touches you the most, if somebody else wrote it, then like I don't know, like it's a great song, and otherwise it would just sit there. And so I heard it, one of my girlfriends, Emily Flavy, we went on like a writer's retreat, and I heard it then, and then I heard it at a writer's round, and my manager heard it too, and he sent it to me, and I already loved the song, but I just kind of figured like somebody bigger would record it, like I don't know, Miranda or something like that. And he's like, you need to cut the song. And I'm like, is it available? Because the best songs get picked up so fast by other artists. And it was, and we like snatched it up right away, just because I don't know, I feel like I just really relate to it, and I feel like other people, if I did, other people would as well. And you know, I feel like I'm confident enough now that like I just want great songs, whether I wrote it or somebody else wrote it.
Yeah, and you obviously have a really good ear for like what your voice is and how to find that in another song. Because when I first heard it, I think I asked you, I was like, hey, this new song you just wrote, and you're like, I didn't write it. I'm like, but it sounds so you. How did you not write that?
The crazy part is like, so Emily, one of the writers, she everybody thinks her and I have like super similar voices. So as far as just like tonally, like we kind of sound similar. And so I don't know if it was like that. She always says like the song was meant for me or whatever. So I don't know. We just were tight, and I'm just really grateful she let me cut it.
Yeah, I'm glad she did too. Well, congratulations on everything. I can't wait to see where Seeing Other People lands and what happens with These Days, because it's cool that, you know, you got to celebrate These Days going #1 in Canada, and then it still has like this whole new life to it everywhere else.
No, it'll be like the longest song ever, because if it did something really cool in the US, I don't think it would do anything till like next year. So I'll be on this song for a while. But good thing is I did write that one. I love it, and hopefully I'm not, you know, bored of it by the end of it.
You'll have so much more new music out to
Totally
focus on that it'll be fun. Well, I can't wait to hear the new song when it comes out.
Yes.
And we need to, since we're not that far from each other, we should plan like a social distancing date.
Let's do it. Do you guys have a backyard?
We do.
Let's do that.
We'll have a little backyard party.
Ooh, margaritas.
Yes. Oh,
Okay,
yes,
do that.
All right. Thank you so much, Mackenzie Porter on Pure Country. So last